Hey everybody, Danny here with Danny Murphy & Associates at First Team Real Estate. We're doing our October real estate market update. Like I said, always a lot going on in the local real estate market, just even nationwide. A lot of chatter recently about the Fed lowering the rates by 25 basis points or 0.25%. And as soon as they did that, the mortgage rates went up, which is the opposite of what I think the typical consumer thinks will happen with interest rates. But that's often what happens. The last year and a half, when the Fed lowered rates last year and into this year, as soon as they did that, mortgage rates went up. And I think the reason behind that, and the general thought, is that the bond market, which kind of drives the mortgage rates, isn't convinced that inflation's under control yet. So the Fed is likely going to lower rates at least one or two more times before the end of 2025. And I'm not personally convinced from all the things that I read and hear that that'll necessarily drive mortgage rates down that much. So if you are a buyer that's been on the fence waiting to potentially make a purchase, but you think you'll wait until mortgage rates come down because the Fed's likely to lower rates, that may backfire on you. And for the reasons I just talked about. As we're going into the fourth quarter, this is always, I think, the best time of the year to be a buyer. And the reason being is you don't have as much competition. A lot of the buyers that are out there start to kind of drop out until after the holidays. So you have less competition from other buyer perspective. Also, I think that the sellers that are out there on the market, they're serious. They want to sell their homes. So a lot of transactions take place in the fourth quarter of the year. It gets a little slow around Christmas and in between sort of Thanksgiving and Christmas, but it's still a really busy time of the year. We don't have the weather challenges that a lot of other places have in the country. So again, a good time to be out buying. I think that in general the inventory levels are pretty stable at about 4,200 homes. That's well below the pre-pandemic levels of around 6,000 homes this time of the year. So, but still up a lot from a year ago. So we're seeing a lot more inventory than we have the last 2 years, but below the pre-pandemic levels. So there's options out there and choices for you as a buyer. What I think is nice right now is it's just kind of a balanced market. Year over year, prices in Orange County are up about 1.5%. So that's a real stable type of market. So as a buyer, I don't think you're in a position where you're getting outbid and there's lots of offers. You can negotiate terms and price with sellers. And sellers, you're going to get good offers, but you're not going to probably see, 3, 4, 5 offers. So I think that it's just much more of a balanced market, which seems to bode well, I think, for a healthy real estate market going into the fourth quarter and into the new year. Expireds are up, so if you don't price your property right and you don't market it right and you don't collaborate with your agent to do all of that collectively, your house may not sell. So keep that in mind, because there's just as many homes that have expired, about 4,500 homes have expired, as there are homes on the market. So you really do need to price it and have a strategy on the marketing front. And I think in general, it is, on the seller side, we're at peak prices. So sale prices, average sale price in Orange County, we're at the peak. We've never seen prices this high. And I think, again, we're just going to see that kind of level off a little bit. The thought is that next year, 2026, is going to be a big year for real estate, that there's going to be a lot more activity and volume. Buyers will be back out after the new year for sure. So get on it now. This is a great time to collaborate with us as agents to help you strategize on making a purchase or a sale. We're here to help you. We also have our construction services. So if you need your house to be remodeled or updated, we've got great services and a licensed contractor on the team that can help you do that. So reach out to us with all of your real estate needs. We're here to help you. Thanks.